Guess who's back, back, back.
Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend.
Carley's back with colloquialisms. I don't know if that rhymes, but we are back with another colloquialism video, the ABCs of colloquialisms. And can you believe it? We are already on the letter J. Does that look like a J? The letter J. So I have 3 colloquialisms. It looks like 2 expressions and 1 idiom to teach you all today. They all start with the letter J, and they're all ones that I actually use pretty often. Yeah, I actually use them pretty often. So I'm excited to teach them to you today. So let's go ahead and just get started. The first one that we're going to learn together today is an idiom, and this idiom is jump on the bandwagon. Jump on the bandwagon. And this just means to join others in doing something that is currently popular or trendy. If you jump on the bandwagon, other people are doing something that's popular, that's trendy, that's cool, and then all of a sudden you're like, I'm gonna do that too. And then you start doing it. You jump on the bandwagon. All right. So for example, a few years ago, this was like, when was this? This was 2018. Everybody had the Balenciagas that look like socks.
I like those Balenciagas, the ones that look like socks.
Yeah, everybody was wearing those. And at first I was like, ew, those are so ugly. But then they became more and more popular, and then I was like, actually, they're kind of cute. And unfortunately, I spent way too much money on myself, a pair of those, and my husband a pair, and it was a very expensive purchase. But yeah, I jumped on that bandwagon. I was like, no. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do it. At first I wasn't, and then I saw everybody else was doing it and that it was popular, it was trendy, and then I was like,
Okay, I'm gonna buy it too.
and then I started wearing them. And I still have them because those are expensive, and I will die with those shoes because they're the most money I have ever spent on shoes ever in my life so far, thus far. Another example is Snapchat. You guys know Snapchat? Well, I did not download Snapchat until 2018. And I deliberately did not download Snapchat until 2018 because I was like, Instagram is better. All right, Instagram is way cooler. Like, why do I need Snapchat? And then I was living in Korea, and Snapchat just wasn't popular. So there was so many other apps that we would use for like filters and stuff. And then if you wanted to send a picture, you just send it like text or like a third-party text messaging app or Instagram or Facebook. Like, you don't need to use Snapchat. So for the longest time, I wasn't on the bandwagon. I was like, that's a popular trend, but I'm not gonna do it. And then suddenly there was like a filter that everybody was wearing, you know, the puppy dog one. The puppy dog filter. Yeah, that was super popular. And I was like, I want to do that. So I downloaded Snapchat and I jumped on the bandwagon, and I still have it today. And my kids and I use it to take funny pictures. I use it for like, you know, my selfies. Oh, that's a Korean word. My selfies, like, you know, making sure I look good with the filter. I like Snapchat. All right, now I jumped on the bandwagon back in 2018. After not caring about it for a long time and not giving it any attention, I jumped on the bandwagon, and now I use it quite often. Even sometimes for not these videos, but for other little videos that I send to my students every now and then. If I'm not feeling myself, I'm like, let me use a slight little Snapchat filter, record, press send. I am guilty of that. So an example sentence of jump on the bandwagon is, everyone's jumping on the bandwagon with this new fitness trend. Everyone's jumping on the bandwagon with this new fitness trend. If you guys remember, there was a fitness trend like a couple years ago. I think it originated like in China, and it was this girl just like back and forth, her stomach. I don't know. Maybe it was all over my For You page on TikTok back then. And literally everybody jumped on the bandwagon. They were like, hey, they're like talking to me like, hey, have you heard this new like fitness trend? It's really cool. And I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I'll do everything but that. So they jumped on the bandwagon. All right. So that is the first colloquialism we're going over today. Jump on the bandwagon. It is an idiom. Again, it just means to join others in doing something that is currently popular or trendy. Number 2 is an expression, which is just what the doctor ordered. Just what the doctor ordered. And this is an expression that means exactly what is needed or desired. Just what the doctor ordered. Exactly what is needed or desired. So an example of this is right now I am extremely busy. I love it though. I love having a lot of things on my plates. If you guys don't know what that means, you can look here. I love having a lot of things on my plate, but sometimes it can be a little crazy, a little hectic. And right now I'm in the thick of it where it is getting a little crazy and a little hectic. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm looking at my month. I'm about to plan the month of May, and I'm looking at the first week of June as well. And I just have so many cool things planned in May. And the first week of June is my birthday, and I'm also going on a trip to meet some really cool people. Hopefully I can talk about that here soon. I haven't announced it yet, but I'm excited for that. So I think that this trip and the next couple of, what is it, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, is just what the doctor ordered. I've been really busy. I've been working a lot, and I'm still going to continue to be busy and work a lot. However, I have a lot of cool things like blocked off in my calendar where this day, the full day, I'm going here. This day, I'm doing this. This day, my friends are visiting. This day is my birthday party. This day, I'm going on vacation for 5 days, you know? So that is just what the doctor ordered after working really hard the past couple of months. So it is exactly what is needed or desired. Like literally my body needs this to continue to work hard. Just like last year, I worked extremely hard for 8 months, maybe more than that, a little over 8 months. I worked 60-hour weeks, maybe, which might not be a lot for some people, but for me, it's a lot. Here in America, it's a lot. 60-hour weeks for like 7 months straight. And then I took a 6-week vacation through Japan and Vietnam. And that was just what the doctor ordered because it was amazing and I had such a good time and I got to relax. And you best believe when I was in Vietnam, I was getting the massages all the time. I was drinking the Vietnamese coffee. I was on the beach chilling. I was living my best life. I was spending money like it was nobody's business because everything is so much cheaper over there. And I was wishing that, I could just move here. I can save so much money if I just lived here. And it was just what the doctor ordered. It was exactly what I needed or desired. So an example sentence of this is a relaxing weekend getaway is just what the doctor ordered. Oh, I'm telling you, it's supposed to be super rainy all weekend. At the time of this recording, it's gonna be super rainy all weekend here. And I really am just thinking like, going in a cabin in the mountain all weekend where it's like this weekend when it's super rainy would be just what the doctor ordered. It would be amazing. But I'm too busy and I don't have money. So there's that. All right. So we have the idiom jump on the bandwagon, the expression just what the doctor ordered. And last but not least, we have another expression that is joke's on you. Joke's on you. And I love this one because I use it all the time, especially sarcastically and especially to like my kids when I'm just joking around with them. I'll be like, haha, joke's on you because blah, 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 blah. Joke's on you is just used to indicate that someone has been tricked or deceived and it's now their turn to laugh. All right. Or, we can just say it like when someone's been tricked or deceived, or even like sarcastically, like example, somebody brings like a fruit tray to work. All right. But they're like, oh, you guys, I put donuts in the break room, and everybody rushes to the break room and they're like, joke's on you, it's fruit. And then I'm like, joke's on you, I prefer it to be fruit because I can tear up some fruit. I'm not going to lie. Now, if it was like a meat and cheese tray, it's over because I will eat the whole thing myself. I love me some meat and cheese, but I could just be like, you know what? No, joke's on you because I actually prefer this over the donuts. I'm not even a big fan of donuts. I don't even like sweets like that. But if it's fruit, if it's a meat and cheese tray, if it's a charcuterie board, nah, joke's on you, bro. I don't even care about donuts at that point. Like charcuterie boards, Those are my ish. I love that. I love that. It's just used again to indicate that someone has been tricked or deceived. That actually happened at my work like a while back. Somebody was like, donuts in the break room, and then everybody rushed and it was like fruits and healthy foods. And I was like, you know what? Don't mind if I do. Because joke's on you, I actually prefer this. Donuts are just like too sweet sometimes. So yeah. Or I use this with my kids a lot because my oldest son, he is Gen Alpha. So he knows a lot of slang and idioms that honestly will probably never make it to this channel, will not make it for a while, because they are just a whole different language in and of itself. So if you are watching this and you are under the age of 15, you probably know what I'm talking about. However, if you are over the age of 15, you do not need to know what I'm talking about, because the slang that these kids have come up with as of late is definitely weird. Basically, there's no need for us to learn it at this moment in time. But sometimes my son uses said slang like skibbity or Ohio. All right, don't even ask. It's weird. And he thinks I don't understand. And then I'm like, ha, joke's on you. I do understand, because I teach slang and idioms on YouTube. So I have to know at least what they are, even though it pains me inside to know that I know that, and even pains me more to actually use those slang terms, because I'm millennial, bro. I don't want to talk like that, but sometimes in life you got to do what you got to do. So eventually, if it becomes really cool and everybody's using it, I'll use it. But you know what? I'm still using the word Gucci because in my mind, it's still cool. And I know all you Gen Zers out there are like, oh my God, you still use Gucci? Hush, it is good. YOLO is another one. FOMO, all these slang terms or abbreviations, they're still really good. And you heard it here first, all right? I'm going to bring it back. So again, joke's on you is just used to indicate that someone has been tricked or deceived, and it's now their turn to laugh. I mean, you usually laugh when you're joking, right? So an example sentence is, you thought I was the one who lost the bet, but joke's on you, I didn't even make one. Mic drop. I didn't even make a bet. You thought I lost the bet, but I didn't even make a bet. So joke's on you. Boom. So I hope you guys have a better understanding of these 3 colloquialisms that start with the letter J. Jump on the bandwagon, just what the doctor ordered, and joke's on you. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you would like to see in the comments, and I hope to see you all in the next video.